Locked myself out of my warehouse on Sunday with no phone and no keys, and it was so embarrassing. So I lock my doors from the outside now, which means if I'm in, no one can come in, but if you're in, you can always go out. And it was about 4:30 p.m. and I went to put heaps of rubbish in the bin because like that's what I always do before I leave the warehouse. The second I heard the door slam behind me, I was like, oh, like my heart sunk. I was like, oh my god, my keys are in there. And then I was wearing my flared yoga pants, so of course I don't have pockets. Like my phone is always in my pocket unless I'm wearing pants that don't have pockets. I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So I went around to the other door, couldn't get in either, and there's no windows, like there's no other way. So I was like, far out. All right, I walked around the whole warehouse vicinity, like trying to see if anyone else was in their warehouse, but like Sunday 4:30, no one is in their warehouse. There's like one cafe in the vicinity, so I went up to that. Of course no one was in there. Then I went for a walk up to like a cafe that's much further up, but that cafe is like always closed. Got there, obviously no one was there. I was like, I just need someone's phone to call Marcus or Mum to come save me. And in my head, as I was walking around, I was reciting what I thought was Marcus's phone number in my head, because I was like, I don't know his phone number off by heart, but like I know a rough what it might be. So then I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to walk all the way up to the subway, but it's not like a subway that's always open. It's a subway that's like, I've been there a few times and it's been closed. And I was walking, like the subway is like, I don't know, 1.5 kilometers. Like it's not that far, but it's far enough to be like, oh my god. And then I was so lucky. I have no idea where these people were, but they looked stunning. There was this gorgeous girl in like a skirt, knee-high boots, like a gorgeous top, like Sunday looking that smashing in a warehousing area. And like a guy who just, he was sweet. He had a really nice outfit on, and I waved and like he like waved back and I was like, there's my cue. Like, hi, I'm sorry. And then they gave me that awkward, you know, that awkward look where they're like, should I talk to this stranger or not? Like, what is she selling? I was like, I'm so sorry to bother you, but I locked myself out of my warehouse and my keys and my phone are inside. And I kind of hesitated for a second. I was like, I was just wondering if I could please borrow your phone to call my husband. Sorry, Scarlett, I've got you facing in the sun. I'm so sorry. And immediately the girl was like, yeah, sure, no worries. So then I dialed what I thought was Marcus's number, and it was ringing, and he didn't answer. So it actually was his number, mind you, but obviously he thought I was a spam. Like, who's getting calls at 4:30 on a Sunday from a random number? And then I doubted myself. I was like, it's probably the wrong number. So I called Mum. Mum answers all spam, okay? Mum thinks every call is an emergency no matter what. And I was like, hi Mum, it's Emmy. I'm locked out of my warehouse and my phone and my keys are inside. And she's like, well, I'm on the way to yoga. And then I felt so guilty because she just started at this new yoga studio, and I know like how expensive yoga is, and like you can't just cancel. Like she was literally in the car on the way to yoga. Sorry, Scarlett. And I was like, oh my god, I know, I'm so sorry. Can you just call Marcus and tell him I'm locked out of the warehouse? And then standard Mum, she's like, well, whose phone are you ringing from? I think she thought like, can you just ring from that phone? And I couldn't think. I was like so caught off guard. I looked at the two people. This is where it gets really embarrassing. And I was like, a pedestrians. And Mum's like, all right, I'll call Marcus. So I like, guys, it was so embarrassing. I was like to these people, thank you so much. And I gave them their phone back, and then I was like, thank you, I'm such an idiot. I left everything in my warehouse and I ran across the road like a little child. And obviously Marcus was at home with Scarlett, and like I had the car seat because I took my car, so he couldn't come save me. Mum had to miss yoga and then drive to Emma's house, pick up the warehouse key from Emma, and then come rescue me.